afternoon, judges, teachers, and friends. We are Group 3 of IPW. Today, we are going to present our IPW presentation, which is The Night of the Notables. Our chosen notable figure is Steve Jobs. Our team consists of me, Dave, Gavin, and Aaron.
Steve Jobs once said, "Live each day as it was your last, and one day you'll most certainly be right." From this quote, we can learn that we should always live our lives to the fullest and never hold ourselves back. We should also live our own lives and never worry about other people too much.
Steve Jobs was born on 24 February 1955. He was born in San Francisco, California, United States. He is American and was adopted by Clara Jobs and Paul Jobs. His biological parents are Abdul Fattah John Jindali and Jean Cheryl Simpson.
Steve Jobs attended Reed College in Portland, Oregon for 2 years after graduating from high school in 1972. In the summer of 1974, he dropped out after one semester to travel to India and study Eastern religions. He then became a member of the Homebrew Computer Club in 1975.
Why did we choose Steve Jobs as our notable figure? He has a lot of personality traits such as perseverance and being passionate. He also has impacts on the world through his accomplishments in technology, innovation, and product development. He also led Apple in the development of groundbreaking products such as the iPod, the iPhone, and the iPad. He also founded the NHJS computer company, which developed an operating system that Apple eventually acquired to help boost its own line of personal computers. He has also successfully turned Pixar into a leader in animated feature films, eventually selling the company to Disney in 2006 for $7.4 billion.
Several character strengths of Steve Jobs include being passionate about creating technology, always persevering, thinking ahead of time, has a risk-taking temperament, and he also approaches problems from different points of view.
Several key contributions to society that Steve Jobs did includes co-founding Apple with Steve Wozniak, delivering the first commercially successful personal computer, which is Apple II, and being one of the pioneers of technology. He also changed the way people listen to music through the invention of the iPod and laid the foundations of new age Apple products with the Mac OS X. He revolutionized the smartphone market with the iPhone and improved the iPhone through features such as the App Store. In this slide, you can see some of Steve Jobs' contributions to the world. Apple Company, Apple II, the most popular personal computer, Pixar films, iPod, iPhone, iPad, and the App Store. Steve Jobs was raised by adoptive parents in Cupertino, San Francisco, California, USA, located in what is now known as Silicon Valley. He dropped out of college and took a job as a video game designer because of his passion for engineering. Steve Jobs was a pioneer when personal computers were introduced. With Steve Wozniak, Steve Jobs founded Apple Incorporated, and in 1976, he transformed the company into a world leader in telecommunications. At this point in time, a large number of people considered Steve Jobs to be a visionary and a genius, because he oversaw the launch of such revolutionary products, such as the iPod and the iPhone. Steve Jobs was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2003, and a year later, he underwent the Whipple procedure, a major reconstructive surgery. He then received a liver transplant in 2009 and died in October 2011 at the age of 56. Steve Jobs is buried in Palo Alto, California, United States, at Alta Mesa Memorial Park with an unmarked tomb. His successor, Tim Cook, has been controlling day-to-day operations in Apple since Steve Jobs' death, and he also converted Apple into a $2 trillion company it is today.
How did Steve Jobs inspire our team? We can learn a lot of morals and strengths from Steve Jobs, such as to never give up, to be passionate about our jobs and what we're doing. We should approach all problems from different and several points of view, and we should always strive to be perfect. We should also think ahead and don't reflect on the past or the present.
As we learned more about our notable figure, Steve Jobs, we reflected on the values he exhibited throughout his life and how he impacted our world through his key contributions. My reflection is as follows. From my perspective, Steve Jobs made a big contribution to society. He persevered in making his vision come true and worked hard so that his creation, Apple and its products, would play a part in advancing society. He was a pioneer of user-friendly technology, which is something I really admire. Steve Jobs' accomplishments continue to have profound effects today. Nowadays, consumers have benefited from developments in phones and computing and have a wider variety of choices when purchasing computers, phones, and tablets.
When I originally considered Steve Jobs and what we might learn from him, I assumed it will be a basic and straightforward trait. However, it was unusual because many of his personal characteristics, such as having a risk-taking disposition, can be applied to my daily life. The attribute of preparing for the worst might also be associated with the risk-taking temperament. I believe I can learn a lot from Steve Jobs' personal attributes, such as never giving up, always striving to improve, and planning ahead. All of these characteristics can be beneficial in my daily life.
I believe that Steve Jobs is a great person, for both a role model and a good figure. He has a lot of character strengths such as perseverance and being passionate. He always strives to be perfect and has made a lot of key contributions to society, such as creating digital projects like Apple. I'm inspired to be like him because he is down to earth and he also looks at things from a different point of view.
Here are the sources we used for the research in making these slides cited in APA format. Here are the sources of the images shown in this presentation cited in APA format. Here are the citations of the background music we used for this presentation cited in the APA format. While recording the presentation, I, along with my group mates, am wearing Steve Jobs' usual outfit. A black turtleneck, a pair of jeans, a belt, and of course, carrying his greatest invention, Apple products. We wanted to put ourselves in his shoes, literally, which would help us do him justice in our presentation for him as a noble. Thank you very much for listening to our IPW presentation. Stay safe and have a nice day!